12 car that when I passed Earnhardt at Pocono.
You have that car?
This was the motor that was in it. It's been sitting in this trailer for, God, man, probably 15 years. Still in redneck mode now, you know what I mean? Kind of fish and race and just kind of do what, whatever we need to do, but it's kind of nothing fancy about it here. Time flies and you think you got time to do all this stuff, and then you don't, and then it's like, end up my situation, then it's over.
So we're here with Jeremy Mayfield at his shop, and we're going to find out, what are you doing in there?
Let's go find out.
To put it simply.
Not a lot. We'll check in with the warden though here before we walk in. This is Lucy. She kind of runs the show around here. She sits in this thing all day, literally, wanting me to take her for a ride. So every once in a while we have to stop in the middle of the day and go down to the pond or do something, but this is when she gets pissed off. She'll start pulling the white stuff out of it. She'll get mad sometimes because I haven't taken her, and she'll start biting on the seat and kind of messing it up a little bit, but she's all right. Same expression all the time too. Looks sad. That's why I feel bad for her, because I'm like, she's sitting there and I'm like, well, come on, so I open the door up and here we go, just because I feel bad for the way she looks at you.
I know what you're doing with this car, but nobody watching this video does.
Right. Yeah, this is our Grand National car, and actually it was our backup car, I guess what you'd say, and because my car was over there that I started the year off and had some engine troubles, and so we decided to leave that thing over there where it's at for a while until we get another motor, and so I've been running this car here, which has been good for us. We've won a couple races with it, and hopefully this weekend we'll be able to clinch the championship with it, and hopefully come out there unscathed, I guess. No body damage. That's all we need.
So if anybody doesn't know, this is Grand National Super Series, which is the same thing that I've been building my car for, that you've seen in some videos or behind me in the outros and things like that.
It's been raced pretty hard. We've run it hard, and the only wreck I guess I've been in really since the whole time I've run the Grand National Series have been 2 wrecks, I think, so far. And both of them were just, pretty bad, as far as body damage and all that stuff.
Oh, Kitzmiller gets into the lap machine of Steve Bush. Jeremy Mayfield involved. In turn number 3, the caution will fly. Not the night he wanted. He had a super fast machine. Talked to him earlier, and he is heading down pit road with big damage.
But usually we run and hardly have any trouble, and maybe get a tire rub every once in a while, but we've had to do a lot of body work on this one a few times. There we go. I told you Sheila loves being on TV, getting her picture taken here, don't you? Mm-hmm. That's pretty much what our day is right here. We work on the car, we take Lucy for rides, and we go fishing.
So why the Morgan McClure Chevrolet sticker?
Tim Morgan was good friends, because of the Cup Series, and with Morgan McClure, and they own a Chevrolet dealership. And when I went to Lonesome Pine Speedway to race, they helped me out and bought me some tires and stuff. So I went by there and took the car over to the dealership, and Tim Morgan, they're great people, and I'm hoping to do some more stuff with them next year, and maybe make that logo a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger on the hood or whatever. But they've been great. I've had a lot of great people that's helped me pretty much the last couple of years in this series that have come on and help us get through every week. And Safety Plus is one of our biggest sponsors. They've been with me forever, and just got Go Town USA on there, and the Toast Company. They've been on here forever, and Moore's Barbecue and JD's Smokehouse Barbecue up there by Tri-County. Great place to eat. ECC obviously, is our huge sponsor for us, and wasn't for them, we probably wouldn't be here. So I'd be here, but I probably wouldn't be racing in the series right now. So they've helped me a lot.
What would you be racing? Or what would you be doing?
I had my dirt cars, and I was working on this. This is a new car that we were putting together, and I just never got to finish it because I started doing this again. So I'd probably be dirt racing or fishing or something, doing something different. But this is what I love to do. I love these cars. They drive good. The series is fun, and crazy. And but this is where I feel most comfortable at. This type car. Obviously because it's like the old Cup cars, and something I've kind of always, drove and kind of used to driving pretty much.
She knows I'm a sucker.
Yeah.
So this particular car, is this a 110 car?
Yeah, it's 110.
So it's an old Cup car.
Yeah.
And this car was a Pro Cup car.
Yeah, this Pro Cup, it's a 105 wheelbase on this one. And it's got the carbon body on it, the fiberglass body and all that stuff, which this one's got a steel body on it still, which is a pretty big disadvantage, as far as if you're looking at CG height and all that stuff. But it hadn't really, I'd say it's a disadvantage, which I feel like we are to the 97 car and, maybe 75 AJ's car, but I mean, it's run pretty good for what it is, you know, for having a steel body on it and be that heavy. It doesn't have a lot of lead in it, where this car here will have a couple 100 pounds. This one's got like 50 pounds, you know. And the only reason it's got 50 because we put it on the diet when we got it, you know, changed the fenders, put fiberglass fenders on it, and that kind of stuff. And it's kind of got aluminum right side on it. After we wrecked it, we put a aluminum side on it that says steel.
So you grafted fiberglass fenders onto this, but kept the cup type hood and nose?
Yeah, we just kind of made all that work together. It looks rough now because we wrecked it at Tri-County the last couple of weeks, but kind of patched it back together. But yeah, all that's fiberglass onto the new nose right there. It's safe, and the hood's old Pro Cup hood. It's a lightweight hood.
Oh.
So it doesn't weigh anything, which is nothing there. It's pretty flimsy, but it's the weight wise. You imagine what a steel hood weighs. Pretty
My
heavy.
hood's wicked heavy. It looks like it's going to buckle the braces whenever I prop it up.
Well, that's the way this one does that too, but it's not because it's heavy, just because the braces aren't. You know, it's just fiberglass. But you got a steel hood on yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For now.
Yep. Yeah, I changed the hood, the fenders, and and took the roof flaps out, and we gained about 50-something pounds on it. So we got lead in it now. We used to not have any in it, you know, by having a steel body on it. So if you can get rid of the roof and the windshield, you know, make a thinner windshield and all that stuff, and the deck lid, you probably get another 75 pounds out of it if you just change those, you know. So now you're looking at 125, which still that in there's got 200 something in it, so it's still hard to beat that. The Pro Cup style car, you know.
Could you not find the right Monte Carlo headlight decals?
You noticed that? You didn't know that, did you?
So they look like they came from the Fisher Price catalog. I don't know what those are.
Yeah, that's all I had. They were actually for that car, which that car had a Ford motor in it, and I had them, you know, had them left over, and I'm like, I'll stick something on there and make it look a little different, you know.
I got something for you.
Oh man, what do you got here?
You just have to open it. It's
So
Christmas.
you noticed that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Of course I noticed it. I'm a stickler for the historical accuracy.
Yeah, perfect. Look here, perfect.
Even though technically those are the 06 headlights and you have an 05 nose, it's close enough.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be better than those things, won't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they were awful. I really didn't want to put them on there, but it looked really bad before I did because it was solid black, you know, nothing on it. So yeah, it's looking pretty rough. We're gonna have to work on it this winter. I'd like to put a new body on it, like the new style nose and all that stuff, you know, make it look pretty cool.
I'm making a composite nose of what my car is, so it looks right, but it'll be the whole thing, like all the way up to basically here, so you don't have to English wheel anything.
Right.
That,
yeah,
you know, because I figured mine would get knocked off eventually, and then I could fix it, and it would still look exactly the same.
Yeah, that's the hardest part is the fenders on these things, you know. But as far as so you got your nose, I mean, you got all your molds and stuff made.
Yeah.
Y'all were telling me about that before. I didn't know if you had it done. Whatever,
yeah, the mold's ready. I haven't made any pieces with it yet, but
I'd like to do that.
What construction-wise, like the frame and everything, makes the Pro Cup chassis different from the NASCAR type chassis?
Well, it's like I would say not really different, but it's just lighter. You know, it doesn't have as like I'm not gonna say it doesn't have any bars. It does have a lot of bars in it, but it's a 105 wheelbase. You know, which that's what the Busch cars used to be, or the Nationwide cars or whatever, Xfinity now. But there's pretty much lighter. You just build them light as you can, and but basically this the way the cage is made and the front clip's all the same. You know, pretty much. Just this car's longer. You know, which Bob's car is a 105. I mean, 110. It was a 105, and he stretched it out to 110. You know, so I'm not sure what the wheelbase actually, how much it would hurt. You know, the difference in 105 and 110 is I don't know. Other than you stretch the front clip out and gain a little bit there, obviously. You know.
Did you hand paint your name on here?
Yeah, I did.
You did that?
Yeah, I did.
That's pretty cool.
I used to letter cars and stuff when I was in Kentucky a long time ago. Like, man, it's probably 80s, you know, early 80s, 84, 85, 86, something like that.
So you'd hand letter your own cars?
Well, most of this is decal stuff here, but some of it's not. Like the numbers, like that. The numbers they were painted on just because most of the time we're always in a hurry or we're rushing and we don't have time to stop and leave from here and go find some place to build decals, you know. So
I never noticed that. You can't tell that this isn't. They look, you know. I never would have picked that up. That's pretty cool.
And but sometimes, like, I'll need something, I'll just go hell with it. I'll just paint it on there, you know.
Yeah, you're way out here.
Yeah, I know. It seems like it is from Mooresville. It seems like forever because there's really no way to get there, you know. But once you're here, it's like, damn, it's a long way over to Mooresville. you know what I mean? But we don't have all the traffic and everything. And Hickory's only like, I'm not sure how y'all come in. You take 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hickory's not far from here, you know. I like it. We got 16 acres of land and got a pond and shop. I mean, what more could you ask for, right?
Not much.
And she don't mean to do this bad. Look, that's not a bad thing, I promise you, because it's a girl. But bulldogs, when they want something, that's what they do to you. They grab you. Here I'm making all excuses up in it.
We've made a lot of these videos, and that's the first time that's ever happened.
You see me, I was like a real calm. Like, no, she just does this for the hell of it.
She wants to go for a ride.
I swear that's what it is, man. If I took her for a ride, she'd be totally happy right now.
Is that your other motor over there from this car?
That's my blow motor. Yeah, we blew it up. Oh, here's something interesting right here. This dog. That's what I was telling you about. He's definitely interesting.
I know.
This is Jason. This is my full-time. This is my full-time, part-time guy. Right here. He works full-time, but he's part-time, I guess you'd say. And then, yeah, that's the motor that came out of this car, the first one.
So it was a Ford?
Yeah, well, I didn't. It's kind of a Chevrolet, but I put Ford decals on it, like the headlights, like I did the other one. But it had a Ford motor in it. Because see, in that series, you can run whatever you want to run. And I got a Dodge motor I'd like to run. Get down, Slim.
Yeah, I got a Chevy body and a Dodge motor.
Yeah.
This price is right.
You know what we need, right? You know what we need to do is get put your motor in my car and find you a Chevrolet motor. Then you have all Chevrolet stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, people are like, we should have put an SB2 in that car. I'm like, if you'd sell me one for $5,000 like I paid for this Dodge, I would use it. But
that's the bad thing about the SB2. That's why I ran this Ford, you know, because I didn't have nothing in it, you know. But look where it's at. It's blown up too, you know.
Was this a Penske C3, or is it just a Penske covers?
No, it was a Penske motor, and this was a D3, I think. Yeah, because not D3. What is it? Yeah, D3, I think.
C3 is the older one.
Okay, C3, that's right.
So C3, then D3,
C3,
and
yeah,
then the
that's right.
FR9.
Yep. Yeah, I watched that video too with Jeff Clark and them. You guys did with all that.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, so anybody who's watching, we have a video that goes through the lineage of the Ford.
And this is not the cam that was in that motor. I don't even know where it came from.
Cool. How did you end up with this?
Man, I ended up with this. I'll tell you what I got interesting to show you. I got my 12 car that when I passed Earnhardt at Pocono.
You have that car?
This was the motor that was in it.
Oh.
Parts of it.
Really?
Yeah. And I got the car out in the trailer. I got another trailer out there that's got the car in it. So.
No way.
Yeah,
That's
it's pretty cool.
Freaking awesome. I had no idea.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get this thing fixed back up and put it. I never had it in the car since I got the car. I got the motor in the car from Penske when I left there, you know, and I just never put the motor in it. Just, you know, like I don't have it sitting in here or nothing. I need it in here, but I know I want to. I want to get it all back together.
That is even cooler. So that's the real Larry Wallace.
Yeah, Larry Wallace.
C3.
Yep.
Insane.
Yep.
That's when Dale gave you the finger, right?
Right. Yeah.
You want to tell that story?
Well, when we first met Jeremy, I didn't know it, but the night before we met him, I gave him the finger in downtown Indianapolis.
Yeah. I think we were leaving the parking lot, and it was really funny because I seen y'all at the show, and I knew who you were and stuff, but never really officially met, you know. And I forgot what we were doing. I don't know who was driving. Maybe I was driving.
I don't think it was you.
But AJ.
Yeah, I was driving. AJ was sitting in the right side over the thing, I think. One of the two of us was driving anyway. Yeah, I think he was driving. I was riding.
Yeah.
And
she said his wife said that he's a crazy driver.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I was about to get hit in the crosswalk.
But it's funny because we were walking down. I think it was raining. We were getting ready to rain, or looked like it was going to. All of a sudden, I just kind of looked out. I see her. I said, this girl at the time, you know who it was. She's like, hey. It was real proper too. It was like, how you do it?
Yeah. That's walking.
So that was pretty cool. Then we said, when y'all went by, we said, or AJ's like, man, I think, what she does to give you a finger, or whoever it was, you know, he's like, man, I know her somewhere. I was like, yeah, I know her. Then the next day it dawned on me. And then when I seen y'all, I was like, that's who it was right there, you know. Because it all kind of happened fast, you know.
Yeah, we were staying at the booth, and you walked up, and instead of saying, like, hey, how are you and stuff, and you were just like, you gave me the finger yesterday. That was the first thing you said. And we're like, what?
Did y'all know it was us?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
No idea.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, that's cool. I don't know if y'all were walking in front of us or something, or he didn't give you room or something. I forgot what it was.
Yeah, it was like we were in the crosswalk with the green, and he was like coming over like nose into the crosswalk. I'm like, dude, what the
Well, that was funny though, to see you do that. It was just real quick. You can just tell him to get out. He's great. But it was real funny because you just kind of walk on and you're just like, just like no big deal.
I don't do stuff like that.
Slim, get down, buddy.
So it's just kind of funny. Hi.
Oh, if you talk to him, he likes talking to you too. He's like the other one. He'll have a conversation with you. So that's why I told you I'm not sure he's some kind of damn hound dog, coon dog, or miniature squirrel dog or something,
It's crazy. I had no idea. You've been up until that had a problem. You were racing with the cage rattler.
Yeah, and I stood on the pole and at Dominion the time it blew, or it didn't blew, it kind of messed some bearings up, whatever. But if you don't want him, just push him down. I'll tell you. Because
I wasn't expecting him to climb up and hug me.
Oh yeah, he will. But this thing ran great, man. It ran real good, and I really just got my car working out, got it working good, and then it had problems with it, and then we put the other one in because I had another one, backup motor wasn't mine, but somebody was letting me borrow a motor, so I put it in and then blew it up. Did the same thing, ran a couple races good, won a race in it, and set on the pole, and it blew. So. With the same problem, that's why I quit running that car, because I think I need to change the oil lines and stuff, or oil tank or something.
It's having a tank feeding problem.
Slim,
that makes sense.
Hit down, leave her alone. And the other one, we got another one, he's an officer, but his name is Beagle. That's why I don't let them out too much, because they get all over people, and I hate people jumping on your stuff. And we didn't know what to name him. We rescued him too, and so we're like, hell, was calling Beagle, because somebody's like, where's the Beagle at? They're talking about the Beagle, so we named him Beagle. So I had people the other day that some dude said, man, what's your dog's name? I said, Beagle. He said, yeah, the Beagle. What's his name? I said, Beagle. yeah, the Beagle. We went back and forth like that, trying to name the dog, but it's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, if you want to walk out there and check it out.
Yeah, let's see it.
It's kind of a mess out there. We'll have to go this way, because it's, I'm telling you, I got junk everywhere, man. I'm all into, well, that's what I do kind of when I'm not racing, is I buy, sell, and trade stuff. I'm all the time, like I'm selling a guy a truck today that's down the hill, and I'm had some wheels. I'm wheeling and dealing all the time, trying to make a living. So you'll see junk everywhere,
Is that the kind of stuff you did before you were, like, into NASCAR?
Not really. I kind of did it while I was in NASCAR. Like I was buying I started going online because I tried to find something to do, because you kind of get bored during the week. You only got 3 days or whatever, and you leave for the road again. But I'd be like my motorhome online and looking at those government auctions. And I started thinking, man, if I could buy like military stuff or trucks. I had like one of those 6x6 big trucks, had a Hummer and all this stuff I was buying, and I started buying and selling and trading off that thing, and then I've just been doing it ever since. Yeah. Been talking to AJ and them and doing some things for next year that, like, I know for sure I'm gonna have 2 cars already, and probably a third one, and I'd like to do 4. Mm-hmm. And then Bob's gonna do a few more, and then you guys, and then we got, if you can get 12 cars, 12 good cars,
yeah.
that's good too,
Mm-hmm.
12 good, that's good quality cars, and put on a good show, and that's what SRX had, and
Yeah, hopefully maybe these videos can find some other people. I just think people don't know about it.
Right.
It's just
that's the biggest thing.
It's the coolest thing.
Yeah.
And it's the most cost-effective way.
Let me hope they bother you. He's a big baby too, and he probably stinks because he's outside all the time.
I know.
Come on, Slim. Now they're gonna get jealous. Look.
That's funny because Lucy's pushing him all out of the way.
Hey, she'll bite him. She'll bite him in a minute, like by his legs. If he watch, Slim, come here, Slim. Come here, Slim. That's a good boy. Yeah. Well, she's got it made right now, so she'll get jealous and bite. Look, see. Look. Well, you want to check out the 12 cars?
Yeah.
Now we got the dog fights over. Crazy. See the side on this thing? Like I pulled it. We got a lot of wedging and stuff in it.
Yeah, so that your exhaust doesn't fit out the side.
Yeah, I know, because I pulled it out so far. I stuck it in as far as I could and pulled out as much as I could. And then rolling this part right here, keeping that tucked in for side force, But it looks kind of wild when it's sitting there, because that's something else I like about this series is there's no ride height rule. So we can go ahead and set the cars down where we want them, and man, you can get them looking right and do a lot of stuff with them in the bodies. If you want to pull your fenders out, you can. You don't have to worry about going through tech and somebody, worried about quarter inch on the fenders. You can do whatever you need to do to make it handle right. And I mean, that's what I always say about like the direction NASCAR's headed in as far as trying to keep all the cars the same and stuff. Well, that's not really a good thing, because what if I don't like, the way that car drives, but you can't do nothing about it. You just got to, tweak a couple things on it, but you can't get it like you want it, And I think that's back when racing was good, was when like Rusty Wallace, Mark Martin, all those guys that knew about their cars and chassis, Dale Earnhardt, Darrell, all of them really. And they could get their car to fit what they wanted. That's the way, the whole car is as far as NASCAR deal. You can't change nothing, I mean, you can in your seat, obviously, but imagine if you weren't comfortable in something, it was loose all the time or something. You just didn't like a loose race car,
Yeah.
So
like back in this era, you could build the body to create the air to, if you wanted more nose downforce, you could. If you wanted it to be tighter in the rear from the air, you could.
Right, exactly. And that's what was fun. That's what I liked about it. And that's really what I like about the racing in general is because you can do things like that, If you had a car that's loose all the time, the next time you put a body on it, slide it back, or whatever you want to do. And heck, I remember Rusty's cars were like, he'd have his back 3 or 4 inches further than mine, because I didn't like my body's back and he liked his back. That was some of our problems we had, but we'd go out to the racetrack and we'd run the same, because we had what I wanted, he had what he wanted, So it's trying to make, I think it's when they're trying to throw a card in your throat that really isn't proving itself, and not only proving itself, but nobody really likes driving. It doesn't seem like, I don't see how you can have good racing like that,
Yeah.
And I've watched them over the years, like the deal with our motors, you can run SP2s or whatever you want to run, and then Bob's got it where you got to put restrictors in it, to bring everybody's motors down where they need to be, and really about all of us that run the whole series, like I got a good motor and I'm not any better than Bob's, and Bob's not any better than me, and they're all about the same, so it makes it better.
If someone's too fast that's for a horsepower reason, you just put a smaller hole in it.
Yeah, restrictor in it. And that really, we usually run smaller than what we're allowed to run anyway. Like I ran a 1-inch restrictor at Carteret last week.
Wow.
So most time it's a 1.3, but a 1-inch restrictor plate, it's kind of unheard of, because if you told anybody in the old days that, man, you got to run a 1-inch plate, they'd be raising hell about that, But now you want to do it because it can't hardly hook them up,
Yeah, so a lot of the, average folk, I guess, don't understand that horsepower is not the king on a short track, because you can't use all what you got necessarily anyway.
I wish now, looking back, back in the days I ran the Cup races, like places like Martinsville and Wilkesboro and all that, I wish I'd known about the restrictor spacers. It's not it's a restrictor plate, but not the plate like they use on the plate racing. It's more of a,
it's like a tapered spacer.
Tapered spacer, pretty much. And man, that could help me a lot of places, So.
Yeah, I guess instead of trying to change the cam profile to knock the torque down in the mid-range or something like that, you could just kind of Band-Aid it with that for now, and then maybe do some R&D later. It would have been a lot cheaper than having 16 can shafts around.
Or sitting there spinning the tires off the corners, every lap. You got an option, you can kill the horsepower and hook it up that way, or, continue on. You could shocks and stuff like that, but sometimes you just can't, calm them down enough, pretty much, especially those type motors.
Well, yeah, let's go see that car.
Okay.
I had no idea that you had this car or that it still existed. And this is the really fun part about doing these things, because we don't know anything before we came here. Let's see if he doesn't run away.
Yeah, well, I'll get Jason to keep an eye on him. We do work for my neighbors. Like, they got some farm equipment. I welded some stuff up for a guy yesterday, and this is a 4-wheeler here. He changes the oil, so we're all the time doing something around here. Got something going on.
There's a lot of farmers around here. Didn't notice that.
Yeah, there is. Hey, will you keep an eye on Beagle for a second?
Yes, sir.
So you're like the neighborhood fab guy?
Yeah, pretty much. And but I was telling you about buying junk, selling junk and trading. I ended up that bulldozer from a guy farmer guy, not a farmer guy, but my neighbor. I ended up with that thing, so I'm trying to fix it up. If you need a good bulldozer for your shop up there or something. Anybody needs one. haul the stuff around. The dirt cars are everywhere. You'll see those everywhere. Pigs. Y'all like pigs? Those are pet pigs, by the way. They're not really.
You pet pigs?
Yeah.
So you're living her dream now. You don't have goats, do you?
No, I did have, but I don't have them now. But I had them in the past.
Oh. Now she's gone. She's got to go play with the pigs.
Huh?
I feel like I'm going to end up with a yard that has pigs and tiny cows.
And we got some junk in here with it, but there it is. You can check it out.
Wow.
So like I said, I got to put it back together and get it. Everything's here. We just got to It's been sitting in this trailer for, God, man, probably 15 years.
Did they change the body on that? Wasn't that in the newer nose of Taurus?
It was 2000 is when it was.
Huh.
Yeah. They might have.
Maybe they just kind of put it back with something that was sitting around.
Yeah, this was everything that was there, as far as that. That's the 03 chassis and all that stuff,
Did you race this car after that?
Yeah, several times after that. We raced it a lot after. It was my favorite car that we had at the time, It was our third one that we built in-house. So I'd like to get it out one day and try to put it all back together,
Yeah, this is crazy.
And it was cool, man, because we had we were doing things a lot different than what everybody else was doing then. Like we had the right side exhaust for everybody did, for more downforce, more side force, and had, stuff on the rear window, knife edge rear window, and just a lot of things for downforce that we learned off of our 40% car, the model that we had. That we were running, wedge in the sides before a lot of people were, and raising the fuel cell up instead of lowering it, because on the big tracks it was better, more downforce doing that, having the fuel cell up out there,
So the having exhaust out the right side, a lot of people, I've seen people say oh, well, they think that the boom tube is shaped to pull the air out of it. Well, they don't really think that when air is coming out, it behaves like a solid object in terms of the oncoming air in front of it. So you would have this kind of cloud that appears to be solid from the air that's passing, and it would hit that and give it something to pack into right there.
Especially up against the wall too, like Darlington, places like that. It just kind of keeps the car from. Well, you want it to go in yaw, but it's just like having it in yaw, or having more side force, pretty much.
Giving it a little more lean on.
Yeah, exactly. And then, having the pipes not sticking down on the left side where the air gets out of the car on the left side, which it pulls the left down.
Huh.
A lot of stuff we learned on back then, as far as they're still doing it, or I can't do it today, but. Well, I still do it. A lot of things I've learned, I put it on, apply to everything I got now, as far as my Grand National car and stuff. Fenders out, fenders in, all that stuff, I bought a bunch of bicycles from a dude, man, about, 10 years ago. And he had about 5 acres of bikes. This older man did, and they were in the woods, covered up. Just like bicycles everywhere. And I went after, I was just going to get some parts, just for messing around. So my dumbass, I said, man, what do you want for these parts? Whatever. He said, why don't you just buy them all? And I'm like, what do you want for them? He's like, I'll take $2,000 for all of them. $2,000. I was like, and then I started looking around. There's all kind of old Schwinn's and stuff like that. I said, yeah, I'll take them. It took me about 3 months to get them all home. But I got bicycles everywhere. You'll see them in the trailers out here. There's stuff everywhere. So if you need a good bike, let me know. We got some old ones. Tank bikes. And
were you able to find the valuable ones and sell them out from the bunch?
I put stuff on eBay when I first got them. I probably had my money back in probably the first 2 or 3 weeks. Just parts and pieces, handlebars, the cranks. These are the BMX stuff that come out of there, but most of them were old, like with tank, the old tanks and stuff on them. It looks like tank, but it's not really a tank,
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. So there's bicycles laying everywhere.
Did you always have this car, or did you find it?
No, I've had it. I've had it for since 2002.
Wow.
Something like that. We raced it a bunch more after that, and then, like he said, they probably changed the body or the nose and stuff on it, and then I ended up with it getting it. But it's our third car we built. It was chassis 3. 1 was decent, 2 sucked, and 3 was good. So I run 3 all the time,
Yeah, it's interesting. It looks like a 98, 99
Yeah,
body. This could have been like a show car body they had sitting around, and then just put it back together just to, here you go.
Yeah, because by then, 2002, we were already up to like 18, 19, 20 on our cars,
Huh.
Yeah, they probably stuck anything on it, the nose. But that's when it was built. We started building our chassis in 97, I think, 97, 98.
Penske did their own show cars, right?
I believe so, yeah. They were like one of the first teams to have their internal show car thing. That's like what Don Miller started doing.
Right. Yeah, Don, he was a part of all that, for sure. I feel that hood.
Oh yeah, that's
and that was light back then, you know.
What is this? PKR 12.
Yeah,
it's that Penske Ford Racing 12 car.
12 car, yeah. Yeah, we were making our own stuff. And
so this originated whenever your team was in a different building, a couple doors down from
exactly.
Rusty.
We were never in the same building the whole time I was there, you know. But we had Steve Levitt's building our cars, our chassis, and obviously he built this one. And I mean, we liked what we were doing, you know. We're heading in the right direction, and then we got with Penske and Michael kind of merged together, and then it kind of all went south there because of just, you know, I see Roger's point of view. You know, they want to keep it all underneath one roof, which that's what it should have been. But at that time, Rusty and I were probably the best examples of what not to do as teammates. You know, because they were in their building, we were in ours, 2 separate buildings, 2 separate everything. You know, and
teammates and ownership, but separate teams.
Yeah,
it
was kind of weird. You know, we were sharing information, but really wasn't helping either one of us because they were doing stuff totally different than we were, and you know, it worked a little bit, but it could have been better.
You ever talk to any other guys from that era about running a Grand National car?
Yeah, and that's something I'm thinking about doing. Like, I'd like to have, when I told you I like to get 3 or 4 cars, having the 3rd or 4th one, and putting like, you know, like Ernie Irvin or somebody. You know, I'm not sure Ernie would do it, but you know, somebody like that, and maybe Ricky Rudd, or you know, Bobby Labonte, and you know, have them guys come and run a race with us, and have it all planned out. You know, where they know what races are running and all that stuff. But I think it'd be pretty cool to do that.
Yeah, that'd be like, I don't know, probably like a cooler version of SRX because the cars are the real same car they're used to.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, you know, and I know those guys would have fun doing it, and they would love it probably, you know, just because the cars drive so good, and you know, and pretty much not all the politics and all that stuff going on with it, you know.
Yeah, I think of a lot of those guys probably jump at the opportunity to do that. It's nobody asks them if they want to drive a race car, so they don't,
I know, yeah.
It's not thinking about it. Like maybe Rusty would do it.
Right, and this would be a fun deal, you know, having it, like you said, when you come in and run 2 50-lap races, and you know, so you're not there all weekend, you're not, you know, spend all your time there, and I mean, it's probably the best thing I've done in a long time, you know, as far as racing goes. And besides the days I was in this car, you know, that's probably the funnest thing I've done since then. You know, I've run dirt and I've tried a lot of stuff, but I really like running this series. The way the format is and just the way things are working out, you know.
Yeah, I think next year's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And this car behind me here is the car that I'm racing in Grand National Super Series next year with Jeremy. Supposed to do it this year, but trying to run this channel and everything has slowed that down quite a bit. As you've noticed, we haven't posted as much this year because of that, but the car is ready. It's got a Dodge R5 P7 in it, and it's full of Pennzoil Ultra Platinum 0W40 that you can get right off the shelf. We already know that you know that racing history is important to us, but we think you should also know how important it is to Pennzoil. They've been around for over 100 years, and they want to make sure that we're around for another 100 years to come. It's cars and racing gives us something that other aspects of life can't for people like us. And they know how important that is. We can take the knowledge and lessons from the past and use them to apply to a better future to make sure that racing and motorsports is around for a very long time to come. Pennzoil is on our team, and they're on your team too. The next time you're due for an oil change, you go to the parts store, go get you some Pennzoil Platinum or Ultra Platinum in the right viscosity for your car. If you got to change your oil anyway, why not do it and feel like you're contributing to something that you care about too? Pennzoil, long may we drive.
It's got a speedway, looks like a speedway nose on it, don't it?
Yeah, it's real high.
Yeah.
Probably further evidence that it originated as a show car.
Yeah.
The show cars were kind of just, it's got like the tall speedway nose on it, but it's got the flare outs like it's built for downforce, but it's got a big opening on the front.
I'd say back then that they probably, even though it was V2 and I was leaving there, they probably didn't want anything that we did on the body stuff to leave there with it, you know, as far as downforce wise. But I remembered it all. And
yeah, because that was still, that Taurus body was a relevant body for another 3 or 4 years after that.
Right, exactly. Yep. Especially because we had so much, you know, with that 40% model and stuff at the time, we felt like we were way ahead of a lot of people than, you know, just by having that, you know, with the wheels rolling and all that stuff, you know.
Did you keep any Evernham cars or stuff?
No, I never did. I should have, but I wish I'd done things a lot different, really. I just, time flies and you think you got time to do all this stuff, and then you don't. And then it's like, end up my situation, then it's over, that quick. And then you're like, now what do you do,
Ray tried to get you into SRX, didn't he?
Yeah, I wanted to do that, and we were going to do it, but something happened over there that, not sure what, because Ray was really involved in it. Seemed like the first year, he was all over it, really right hands-on, and then seemed like the second year you didn't see him that much, so I'm not sure what happened there, but it'd
Maybe
been fun.
Maybe get Ray into a Grand National car, turn it around.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It would be cool.
You'd be Ray's car owner.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that.
Hey, that's
he
a
used
good
to
idea,
race.
isn't it? It really is.
I bet he'd get on a short track. He still does the road course days at VIR.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to try that. That'd be neat, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It'd be cool.
I'm all about it. I'd love to see more of those guys.
Yeah,
just
I know
get in the car. I think some people would want to do it. They're just afraid because they don't want to go out and look bad. But we'll just give them a test day.
Right.
Just go test. See how you feel. If you like it, you do it. If you don't, nobody wants to go out and look like a moron.
Right. And that's something that that this series, I know what you're saying, a little like moron, but it's like our deal's so. Pigs are crazy. They crawled underneath the fence. The mom was over there and the daddy's over here. Look at the fence right here. It looks like a packet. You know what built it? Hey, did you know they're on the wrong side? You see that, Jason?
I noticed that, and I was getting ready to ask you.
How the hell did that happen?
Whenever you and Pup was in here yesterday, I guess.
I saw one of them sticking its whole head under.
Look at all that stuff. Look at all that. What we put all that in right there. We have to do it. We're constantly trying to keep them in. They can't keep them in. Like that, they'll actually root and gouge so they get under somewhere to get on the other side.
Yeah,
Wow.
I saw one of them sticking their head through under there.
See the little ones? That's the daddy right there, and that's the mom over there. And then they had 5 little piglets. So, and we try to keep the boys on that side and the girls over here because we don't want any more piglets. And it's a full-time job just keeping them.
You actually got tough.
Yeah, she probably scratched herself. Oh yeah, he's crazy too.
I
You
just
see
went
that?
over the fence, yeah.
You got to film that because he's saying wow.
Just effortlessly went over the fence.
Effortlessly.
Idea.
Effortlessly. Look right here. There she goes. Look, went right underneath the fence. Now watch. Now here they all come. It's like all you can do is just keep them. Throw some more over here.
Oh my God. Did you see him off the fence?
I saw him hop the fence the first time.
Look at him. He's wild. Here's your only good one.
So what made you wake up one day and
his
were
name
like,
is
I want to
Eddie.
have some pigs?
Yeah. Well,
How'd that happen?
here's what happened, man. I have a thing for, I feel sorry for animals, I guess. I don't know what it is. But he fall down. And at one of my shops I had, way before I got here, that pig right there come out of the woods one day. Just come out of the woods, walked out of the woods and looked around. I'm like, damn, he wasn't about this tall, Nobody owned him, couldn't find an owner or whatever. So I took him home with me, or I left him in the shop for a while. And he became a big pet. And I took him to my house when we lived on the lake. We had a fenced-in backyard, and he lived in the backyard. And yeah, he's gotten old now. But so when I got him, then somebody else come along and was like, man, there's a lady over here's got 2 pigs that, they didn't get rid of them, whatever. And I was like, all right, well, I'll take them too. So I took those 2, and they had those 2 right there. So then after they had them, the mom ended up dying later. Then the daddy died this past year, like about 3 or 4 months ago, because they were just old. And then I was at the flea market one day and piddling around, walking around like a dummy, and then the mom and daddy here were about that tall. Somebody was selling them. I'm like, damn, they look sad in the pen, a little cage, So I bought them. So I bought them and then brought them home. And then now look what I got. I got 5 more. My wife's gonna kill me if they have any more too. She said, no more piglets.
You ever bought any of the little chicklets from Tractor Supply?
What, the treats or something? Oh, the chickens?
The little chicks? That
No, but I don't even look at them. I can't. Well, what about I don't even look in there, man. I'm like, I can't do it.
When I hear the little peeps, I can't help but go.
Yeah, I know, but I feel sorry for stuff all the time, like that. The animals, I always try to give them a fair chance,
So what were you saying about not looking like a moron or something?
Oh yeah, as far as racing goes.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of those guys they don't realize it because the way we used to race, you can get off one day and you look like an idiot, But these cars here are pretty much, we got them where they all driving pretty good and pretty fast. I think your car's pretty good to start with, wasn't it? It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was straight off the trailer. I've been in the car for 8 minutes and I was kind of up to speed already.
Right. So that's what's good about it. And like I say, then get with somebody that's already doing it, like we know all the racetracks, so we can help you and heck, you be running up and running, and nobody has to look bad at all, you know. Really, I don't think anybody's looked bad but one car. I mean, it's just a lot of fun, and I think those guys would enjoy it too, and probably to the point where after they run one race, they'll be wanting to run more.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I see it, and then once that happens, that's what I did, you know.
Yeah, that's I like to help people, just like with the headlight decals, like you know,
right.
The fan experience would be better if the cars looked like the cars they remember.
Right, exactly.
So
yep.
you can dress up a car that has like a Pro Cup body if you put the Cup decals on it.
Right.
Have a nice looking number and a little some effort of a paint scheme.
Right.
It goes a long way.
I appreciate those headlights. I needed those bad. I really did. I knew they were wrong. Eddie's a little different. He's older. He don't like the rest of them. I just like it because we had land. You know, I got land, and I've always been out in the country like this. You know, I've always, I've had shops in Mooresville, and I've had all that. You know, just I kind of like it, having my own deal, and come out here anytime you want and pee out the back door. Nobody's here to watch you. You do whatever you want to do. You know.
Yeah, that's part of my criteria. I'd like to be somewhere I can go pee outside and nobody can see me.
Yeah, that's what you leave messes like this for your pigs. Nobody's gonna come by and see it. Nobody bids you. You know what I mean? So it's like, so y'all need a pig?
No.
You don't?
We don't need a pig.
Eventually.
Maybe we'll have a
You
pig
need one. That's
point.
what. You need a potbelly pig.
I want goats.
Man, we had 2 goats. Shana bought me 2 goats, and they were 2 males at our old place. And I built like some boards, up on you build stuff for them to climb. Man, they climb everything. And then we walked outside one day. We had a refrigerator out by my garage outside. And I looked up like this, and there was a goat. He was laying on top of the refrigerator. I don't know how in hell I swear he went from here, jumped straight up on the refrigerator. They climb and jump like crazy.
What kind of goats were they?
Huh?
What kind of goats were
they were small, and they were like a grayish. They weren't the ones where you clap and they fall down. Yeah. But they weren't going to get any bigger. They were probably about like that, a little small. Aww. And then I had a viper too, and I always kept it in the garage. And I had it out one day, just outside. Well, they jumped the fence and got out. And I come home like this, and he was sitting right on top just laying like this, right on top of the roof of my car, like this. I was like, holy. And then didn't scratch or nothing, wasn't scratching one on it nowhere. And it wasn't like this. It was, all my used to be nice and everything neat. And then as the years gone by, I won't throw nothing away. I've gotten to this point where I'm like, if I see something, I don't know, anything like it's got value to it. You ever been like that?
Yeah, it was like, I could do this. I could do
I save this for that. The next thing I know, I'm looking around, I got everywhere. I'm like borderline hoarder, I guess, is what they call it, And but it seems like, I don't know, just like that jack right there is no good at all right there. And it's been sitting there for like at least all year. And it's not any good, but I'm thinking, man, I could fix that up. That'd be a hell of a jack one day, but I never get around to it, There's just stuff like that everywhere.
What's with the living quarters trailer, so it's got a slide out? Do you use
that's a souvenir trailer.
Oh.
And I'm just waiting to start using it. Basically just get our together and do something with this, and where I can have a reason to take it.
Yeah, that would be nice.
It's got a living quarters in it, but it's when we bought it, it had I guess the water froze up in it and kind of ruined the floor. So we pulled the floor out, just waiting to put a floor back in it. We just haven't done it because I haven't. I told AJ and them about it. Like, I think it'd be cool to have that at all the races. Put all the drivers.
Yeah.
Stuff in there.
People love.
That would be huge.
Like the other side lifts up and it's got the glass cases and.
That's awesome.
In the back's got where you put all your t-shirts on the back side of it. So.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
I know. I like to do that. Maybe help me on that.
Yeah, we just have to see people in the comments. You want to see him start making t-shirts? Leave a comment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're working on ours too. It's not ready yet.
Are you really?
Yeah. So you had a cool story about this particular car?
Yeah, this is I had this car back in I think 2015, something like that, and when the J2 thing was going on, and then we sold it to a guy that ended up selling to another guy in Charlotte. I had to track it all down. And so the way I found out about it was it came up on Facebook on Marketplace for sale, and I'm like, man, that's my old car, So I ended up talking to the guy, and we couldn't make a deal on it, and I really didn't know where I was going to run it. I just kind of wanted it back, And then when this deal happened with Bob, I started running his car. I thought, man, that'd be a perfect car. So I got in touch with the guy again and went and looked at it, and it was in Charlotte somewhere, way on the other side of Charlotte, and it was literally in the woods. It had mud all over it. I mean, it was terrible, and it was like stuck in the mud. I had to take a roll back down there and pull it out, and get it up on the trailer and all that stuff, and all the wrap that was on it was all peeling off, and windows. This still the original windows. We tried to buff them out. We got them a little bit better than they are, but you couldn't see out none of the windows. It was turned white, you know. So we worked on it, buffed it out, and this, that, and the other, and ended up getting it back. So it turned out pretty good. I mean, for what it was, it's come a long way, for damn sure.
What were you racing it in back in the day?
Then the Pro Cup cars, I wasn't Hooters Pro Cup, but it was something else that we were going to run.
Was it X1R or something?
Yeah, something like that. And like 2015, 14, 15. And I run a couple races in it, and then everything went south on that deal, J2 deal. So, and ended up tracking it down, and glad I did, because it's a good car. Steve Levitt's built the chassis and stuff on it, and he used to build all of my stuff at the 12 car. So he does a great job, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted it back, because he does a good job on all the chassis stuff. So I'm glad to have it.
Weren't you racing out of the old Stavola building at one point?
Yeah, that's when I started my own team, my own Cup team. We were up there and with Tony Furr, and we had the King of the Rednecks race team back then. When we did that in 09, we had a good team. We had a bunch of guys that just racers. You know, everybody on my team was like that. And that's when I started my own deal and went to Daytona, made the Daytona 500, and I only had like 2 weeks. When we started, we said it was almost happened this simple. We're like, I was talking to Tony. He's like, man, we need to do something, find somebody's car to run or something. I was like, well, hell, let's find one. So we started, looking around, and Bill Davis was going out of business. So we went and talked to Bill and Marty and those guys up there, and ended up, like that same day, making a deal with them on the truck, trailer, and everything. So we got all the stuff and took it back to the Stavola shop, and we had 2 weeks to be in Daytona, and we threw it together and worked hard and made the race. So.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it all happened that quick, and it's pretty wild.
So you rented the building from Billy Stavola?
Yeah,
that's
from
funny.
Stavola, yep.
That was the first shop we did an old shop video at.
Right.
Yeah, and how we met the guy that were doing the composite stuff.
I remember Stavola Brothers shop always thinking, man, we're going to, it's going to be a big deal, because back in the day when you're watching them run, because that's when I was a little kid, wasn't even running Cup yet, you always think of them as a huge deal, and then when we went and rented the shop, I'm like, it was pretty wild. It's not that, it wasn't that big as what you would think it would be, but it's still a great place and a lot of history there for sure. We go down the pond if you want to walk down there, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
let's do that. You'll like that.
Show us Lucy's.
Yeah. we won't tell her we're going because we'll have to drive. We're not going nowhere, Lucy. We're not going nowhere.
She's like, yes, you are.
She heard her say that. Hey, we have to do this too. See this? Right there, those things.
Oh, is that?
Well, he's out there with us, but he'll jump up and open the doors up. Right? So he'd get out and he'd let B go out, right? So now we put those things on there, and he got locked out the other day. Literally, I swear to God, my life, walks up and goes, and comes back in. He can go in or out. Like he knows exactly how to do it,
That's
It'll go this way. We're kind of like still in redneck mode now, you know what I mean? Kind of fish and race and just kind of do what, whatever we need to do, but it's kind of nothing fancy about it here. You have to be careful walking down here. It's pretty steep at times.
Good thing I wore my boots today.
Yeah, we don't have no steps to put in it yet.
You got the Mother Nature steps
slide
in here. That actually works out really well.
Yeah, you can grab these trees if you have to there. Now the leaves are falling, and it'd be easy to follow,
I think professional racing could use a little more redneck these days in the driver department.
Yeah, I know it. That's what it's missing, really.
So this is relatable.
Hey, y'all, man, I know what, I just thought of something. Y'all would die. You see that thing over here? Come here and check this out. You ever seen those ball things you get in?
Like the human gerbil ball thing?
Yeah, hey, yesterday, Shannon bought those for me. There's two of them. There's ones that you bounce against each other, knock each other down. You got handles you hold on to, and there's one of them right there. But yesterday we got this wild idea. We said, let's put Jason in one of them. The boy up there, We went to the top of that hill up there and rode him down the hill. He went into the woods. And then we got him in the woods. There's a place right there, see where it's kind of bare right through there. Rode him in, he jumped in that ledge right there, he jumped over that and landed in the pond. Rode all the way from the top of the hill down to it.
In the inflatable ball?
And, but we filmed it with our cameras, with our phones, and it kind of sucks. But if y'all want to do that, I guarantee I can talk him into doing it again.
Yeah.
You'll die. Let me just say. I mean, when you see it, and he started rolling, when he first did it, he was going head to like your feet, the wrong way. His head was down, he was coming up like this, all the way on top of the hill down. And then we put him sideways where he'd roll easier, and that's when he went in the pond. So
that's hilarious. Yeah, that would be a great way to. Yeah.
Man, we should do that. That'd be awesome right there.
Peer pressure him.
Yeah. But it poked a hole in it yesterday, but we can air it back up. But he literally rode down all the way from the road up there down the hill in this thing. You want to film that?
Let's get him back in here.
We'll have to. I'll tell you what we can do. We'll take it up there and get. I'll have him come there and get it. We'll put more air in it because it's got a hole in it where it hit the woods somewhere.
Put a nice piece of tape on it.
Yeah, that's what we need. But man, the thing gets real tight. This part, you'll die when you see it. I mean, you'll laugh
we
your
need to
ass
see
off.
him do that.
And you'll die when you see how far it rolls down and what he does. There ain't no way in hell I'd get into that thing and do that, you know. Hey, got a request.
Huh?
Got a request.
Okay.
We're gonna make you a superstar.
Or just the ball.
Look at the cameras and everything. It'd be perfect. You could do it one more time, it'd be worth it.
Might put some shorts on if you let me go in the pond.
Always a pond. Hey, I told them about it, and they're like, "Man, we got to have that." I mean, it'd be big. It's a sacrifice. We know you can do it.
I know.
Do it for the series.
Don't put me in the briar.
Hey, but here's the deal. I need you to go down there and take my truck over and get it, and bring it back up here, and we'll fix the hole in it, or put a piece of tape on it, something. Put a number on it. Put your number on it.
Y'all get ready.
It had a big hole in it somewhere.
Yeah, I know, because y'all about to put me right on top of that goddamn.
I think I can hear something.
I know. I hear it.
Oh,
too.
it's right here.
Is it?
Yep, I found it. What was that you said? About him being serious.
Yeah, he gets real serious. He'll be like, you'll hear him inside of it. He'll start going. Whew. He's holding on real tight. He's going. Whew. Okay. All right, let's do it. I mean, like it's a big. We had him pumped up yesterday. We're like, man, you gotta do it, man. You gotta do it. And had him off thinking he's, confidence and stuff. So we'll get him. He'll be really confident today. There's a cable over the woods, and it's about that high off the ground. If he hits it just right, he'll go over the top of the cable. And he barely almost made it yesterday over the top of it, but he didn't. It's stuck. But if we can leave that cable up and hit that right, he's gonna go way out in the pond. Come on, Sam. Come on, bud.
These boots are great. I can rip up these Jaggers, no problem. They don't care. So where's he actually going to start at? Way up in that clearing?
No, the top of the hill up there, about under in the green part down the field.
Okay.
And then depending on where he comes in here at, if it stops, then we'll start him up here and then come down here and go out into the pond, maybe make 2 runs. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But we're hoping that we can get him right in from the top of the hill down through here. So we're going to start up there.
Is there a way up there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it'll be up there and it'll roll right down in here.
How are you going to make sure he's going to hit this hole?
Well, we missed it yesterday about a little bit there. I think we know right where we're going today.
Okay.
If we don't make the hole, then we'll have round 2. We'll have,
Hunt and do it again?
yeah, we'll pull it up here and let it go down through that way.
All right.
But you think you'll be all right? Huh?
It's my time to go home.
All right. We'll take you to the top of the hill. Let's go.
You good?
Yeah, just getting ready. All right, ready?
Why do I feel like he's going to hit me?
All right, ready? Say when.
Ready, you ready?
Say when.
It's in a straight line.
Here we go.
All right. Oh my God, he's really going. He's not going to turn. Oh my God.
Hey.
He missed. Be careful if he starts coming towards you. Okay.
All right. Ready?
Yep. I got your hat.
Jason.
He was like, I'm not letting him reset me in the middle. I'm just going to end this now.
Hey, you want to try to get up top?
We got a massive hole.
Oh, we got to figure out how to steer a little bit better, yo.
Yeah, you do. I can't steer.
Was that a pretty rough ride? It looked like.
Are you on the clock right now?
I'm always on the clock.
Hey, I'll get tape. We'll start right here, about right halfway down. Will that work? Man, I thought you had that one that time, man, and it went off track.
Kept pushing me that way. Them trees don't move, bro.
No, it grows that way.
But we have got.
Yeah, let's hurry up before it gets down. I'll put some tape on it.
I'm trying to find it.
Hey, come right up here, Jason. About halfway up, we'll get a straight shot. Blow it up. I'll blow it up. Pull it out right there. We blow it up.
All right, now I'm never leaving home without my portable tire pump. You know, Kenny Wiles could blow this thing up in about 3 seconds.
He could, couldn't he?
Because all my weight's at the bottom.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Yeah, I ain't
Pulling me that way.
Yeah.
So
All right, turn your head that way.
Yeah, we need to get the stagger right.
Yeah, there you go.
To get him.
Yep, that's
You
right.
know.
Every run we done the same way. It's all rolled to the right.
Yeah.
You're on that. You're
Going
on.
down the hill.
Huh?
Down in front of me.
You getting ready? Tell me when. Oh, dang.
As I said, hold me in the front.
Hang on.
Need some extra hands.
Hang on.
I have a hand.
There you go. Yeah, you too far back or something. Go ahead. Maybe you loosen your belts up or something.
It's wet in there. It's a little slippery.
All right, let me loose.
Wait a minute, right there. Look, is that aim right? Look right,
Yeah,
you, Tom?
I'd send him a little left.
Like that?
Hold that rope.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go.
He's gonna jump at something.
He's gonna jump it.
Yeah.
Oh, oh my god. Oh my god.
That's perfect, wasn't it?
He didn't go into the pond super hard, but the little hat pirouette over the cable was worth 10 points right there.
That's what-
It just flew off. Woo.
we had to take it up tighter to be good.
They got to make like heavier duty ones of those.
I know, man. We need something that's.
You can clear this out in here, have a couple ramps, and you can race
we started at the top of the hill. He's running about 35 out there. Went straight to the woods over there. So.
Yeah.
Is your nose all right?
Huh?
What happened to your nose?
I'm gonna need a. The track needs a lot of work before I get my ass back on.
I know, we're going to make you a channel to it.
This one hurt this time, though.
Huh?
I said this one hurt right there this time.
Did it?
You
told me this morning you had insurance, so we ain't worried about it.
Think that's some good footage?
Yeah.
Good thing I love you and I love this job. You know?
Yeah, but look how much fun you had, man.
I know, I'm having a blast, bro. I told you that.
We need that. We need a good laugh.
You know, it's no surprise that any mention of Jeremy Mayfield is going to cause some kind of controversy. That's not really what this video is about. So we didn't talk about any of that. However, I would like to know, did this video change your opinion of him? Did you learn something new? Or, I don't know, just have a better understanding of who he is and what he's like? Because I will say, every time we've been around him, he's been super nice, super cool, really helpful. Really no reason to not like the guy, honestly. And he likes dogs. That's always a big plus. Just want to remind you to make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit thumbs up, it helps us. And let me know if you're interested in seeing more of Jeremy in the videos. We're racing this car next year. Should be doing some test sessions over the winter, get extra prepared for the upcoming season. And if you'd like to support the channel even further, you can go to stapletonautoworks.com, find the shirts, hats, and decals that we have. We're looking like retro themed stuff. Helps us put diesel in the tank to go make more videos. And if you'd like to know more about the racing series, you can go to grandnationalsuperseries.com. They have a YouTube page too, where every race has been live streamed. Bob hasn't figured out how to change that over yet. I need to help him. So you can go on the channel and you hit live, not videos. Videos has nothing under it. They're all live streams. So you got to hit live to find the recordings of the past races.